Hey there. So today we discuss two important aspects of match related to your personality. How do you become more proactive? How do you get more confidence? We interviewed one of our students. So watch this interview and let us know what you think. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are. We are back with another series on how to prepare for the match in the upcoming season. So we have with us Dr. Paras Kohli, who was our student this past season, and we want to hear his experience for the match. So welcome, Paras, and why don't we start with your introduction?
Yes, thank you, Paul. My name is Paras Kohli, and I graduated from Government Medical College and Hospital, Chandigarh. I graduated in 2015, and I applied for Match 2018. This was my second attempt, and I thankfully matched because of USMLESarthi. I matched into internal medicine and USMLESarthi constantly provided support and helped me throughout my journey, including my application and how USMLESarthi developed my interview skills and build confidence from the scratch itself.
So, Paras, let's talk about confidence because this was your second match. So first, tell us what changed in general in your approach between the last match and this match. So what were, in general, some of the changes you observed or you implemented?
Some of the changes actually, how it started were while I used to ask my physicians whom I rotated under, that, what should be my approach, and they basically use this one word that you should be proactive, especially being an international medical graduate. So in elaborating proactiveness, I can give you one example. That was that once during my rotation, I was not just rotating under my supervisor, but also I was connecting with other people as well, like the fellows and the residents, and because of that I was able to work on some case reports with them and was able to publish some of the case reports. So like that I developed all the communication skills, and I was able to carry out throughout because what they are looking for is not how good you are in English. They just want you to to know that if you are good in communication skills, whether you are able to interact with patients and have good patient encounters, as well as whether you would be able to, communicate with other colleagues and physicians in general, not just medical knowledge, but in general also. So, and how you approach the physician. In India, like we don't communicate well with the physicians, but over here we need to do that. We need to put our feet forward and ask for if we have anything to ask for. So that's the general rule that applies over here.
Okay. So then let's talk specifically in your application on paper, what all changed between the last year and this year in your particular case?
In my particular case, the positive side or the plus side I had decent scores, above average scores you can say, but not outstanding. And it was all actually only thing I was missing was step 3, which I found out or I noticed during this application that it plays a major role in one's application. I don't know for what reasons. I personally think that the H-1B programs, they call us for the interview, they see the step 3 score, or maybe they see if the person has given step 3 before the application, they would call you. Also, some of the J1 programs, they feel that, if the candidate, especially an international medical graduate, if he has given step 3, then he's not going to take any headache during his or her residency to prepare for step 3, and he would focus more on the residency training rather than preparation for the step 3. So this was one of the, which you can say that interview boost thing that is going on right now. Another thing is that US experience matters a lot, which I can say personally because my scores were in 240s. Still, I was not able to match because I had no US clinical experience, prior US clinical experience, which I was able to gain this year, and that really changed the whole game. The third thing I would like to imply that if you are getting a personalized LOR, try to make it as personal as it can be, because it helps a lot. It really helps, because I also noticed during my interview journey, there were some programs which they said directly on my face that you have excellent LORs, and they are very much personalized. And one of the program directors also specifically wrote the the words out of my personal LOR, that how the physicians described me. So they wrote it separately, and that's how they see it. They see specific lines, they see specific words, they see specific personalized experiences if it has been mentioned on the LOR. So it can turn around the game as well. So these were the things on paper that changed my application.
Okay, now let's talk about interview preparation and how that changed for you between last year and this year. What specific changes did you implement when it came to interview prep?
So one thing was that I was told that last year I was told that interview is just a screening process. It's not something that needs a preparation in general. And although I did prepare a little, but I did not focus much on it. I was wrong in that, because it is, you should treat it just like one of your USMLE steps. It's just another exam you should treat like, and you should prepare like that, because it's not about the being spontaneous, but you need to prepare answers for common questions that are asked. That's how you're gonna get that push to become spontaneous as well. But you need to do some basic preparation first. So in order to do that, what I did personally was that I prepared all the answers to the questions, and then I retrospectively build a story about me and my goals and the interest I share. And also during the interviews, you have to be active as well, not just passive. Don't think that you are there to answer their questions. You can also ask questions, not just about the program, but also about their own life. Like, for example, if someone has my interest is in basketball. I played basketball, and they used to ask me my favorite player. Then I used to ask them their favorite player as well, if their interest was in basketball, not just passively. I was active in that. So it gives the personal impression, and you bond on that common thing. Also, you need to be very specific while giving your answers. You need to elaborate. One thing also I did was that when there is a very common question is that, tell me your strengths. So what I used to do, that I used to give an example, not just tell my strengths, that how, or maybe I used to tell an experience or tell my hobby and how it helped me develop this, like how I was a captain of my basketball team, and how I was able to develop this team leadership quality in me during my medical school. So these are all things you need to focus on. You need to give them the reason. You need to elaborate your own story. You have to tell them where are you from, what do you like, and everything in detail.
Yeah.
That's all. And also just your, you need to smile, you need to make an eye contact, you need to feel excited about the program, about the place. So this is the one thing you need to focus on as well.
Excellent, excellent. So yes, I think this is very pertinent that you said one interview is not a one-way street. It is not like you are answering questions as part of any interrogation. It
Yeah,
is
exactly.
interactive. Second, it is like you have to prepare it like any other exam or a step. It is not you show up there and you
Yeah,
think you will nail it. And third, which I think is most important, is be very specific and have experiences to share, to talk about, whether it is leadership, like you just said, on basketball or any other clinical experience. So that gives you that personalized touch,
definitely.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, you've been with us for the entire year. Talk to us about how our team was helpful to you, right from, the PSCV, the classes, and the mock interviews. How all did you use that information?
The team as well as, throughout every single team, including the candidates, played a vital role in my journey. I would like to thank everyone, every member of the team, because USMLESarthi helped me build my CV. I would like to highlight that every CV, every candidate CV has some selling points that needs to be highlighted, and USMLESarthi brought out those points very well through discussions, and also the mentorship program which USMLESarthi has helped me, it helped me improve my personal statement. I discussed with Dr. Penala about my statement, what to include, what not to include, what should be the major chunk of the statement, what should I be talking about. A lot of things are really, they see in your personal statement. And some people, some of the content is not really useful. And USMLESarthi was able to, reduce that content or maybe replace that content with a new content which actually made an impact on my application. So this was one thing. Another thing is that it brings all the candidates together. I think it's a brilliant way to build contacts, and you can also find a clinical experience through those contacts. Like in our group, a lot of people helped each other finding clinical experience, or asking or answering all the questions or their doubts. So we were like a family. And this is throughout the application and interview journey, like there was a constant support given by the team and the other candidates as well.
All right, so then let's talk about any message, anything for the upcoming season. There are students who will be repeat applicants who may either lack some USCE or in confidence in general, right? Even if they have observerships, USCE, confidence could be the key. So what is your message? What is your suggestion to especially the repeat applicants?
I would say that, first work on your deficiencies, whatever they are. And as far as the confidence is concerned, it's not like it's a gradual process. It doesn't come like in a week or in a month. So I would say that use your rotations as your opportunity to build contacts, talk to people around in the hospital, engage in the process. So, you will notice that how your communication will become really, an active part of the team in the hospital, and how you are making an impact over there. So you would feel good also, and that would boost your confidence, and you can always use those kind of stories in interview as well. So it really helps. During my interview process, they used to ask me about my experience and what role did I play during those rotations. So, I used to tell them about the team building, that how I was involved in the projects, how I collaborated with the residents and the fellows, and also, help patients, help my attendings, in the outpatient clinics. So uh, in general, you have to grab every single opportunity during your rotations. That's how it will, it's not just basic preparation, but also building confidence is also a gradual thing which you can do in your daily life, not just in the hospital, but also outside the hospital. Talk to people. Dr. Panala actually told me to join Toastmasters. There's a group called Toastmasters, which is basically a platform on public speaking, which I think it's a very good hobby. Or you can join other groups as well to be a part of a community. And you can always add that thing in your CV as well, that you were a volunteer or you were in a group somewhere where you were helping people. So, these kind of things also play a major role, building your confidence, building your personality, building your CV, as well as, it helps you in the interview as well, that you have something to talk about.
All right. Thank you very much, Paras. Much
Thank
appreciate
you.
your
Thank you so
time,
much.
and all the best for your residency.